Hello everyone, we are back after a month of no videos. We are back with a new video about a ballad song I would never buy. The OG vulp, OG, still just the normal vulp. The thing about the vulp is it doesn't suit much of my preferences. I don't really like how it looks. There's too big of a gap here. The blade is a little too wide for my liking. But why do I have it in my hands? Well, this belly I fixed from Absolute Dalmatian. The bushing, yeah, actually, let me tell the story first. Basically, he came to me as like, hey, I dropped my Vulp so much on the ground that all the screws fell out. And I tried to fix it with Loctite. Jesus. And it absolutely got stuck up. Like, I looked at the bushing, it was glued in there shut. Believe me, it was a hassle getting that bushing out. You can still see the burn marks of me trying to heat up the area. Oh, it's more on the inside. Let me see if you can see that. Go to the blinding lights. Stop crying. Jesus. Look. The burn marks. Stop crying. I'm trying to record. Please. So. I totally fixed it. I had to burn it for like 5 minutes on the hot before all the Loctite finally melted and burned out so I can take out the bushing. The bushing was fine, so I reused it. And I looked at all the hardware he still had left of extra that it didn't ruin. And all he had left are 2 washers and one of those barrels for inside. So I had to reuse the bushing, which was still fine, which is great. And I had to use one of my Vulp Pro screws, which surprisingly fits quite well. Well, I'm keeping it on borrow. He would repay me by making, now I can make a video in return of his balance song. And I made a little glue insert I'll keep in here until I give it back, and then I'll keep it because I don't know how well it's against drops, because it was kind of an experiment. But this guy was quite a lot of fun to put back together, because it wasn't completely easy, because he absolutely torn it. The handles were pretty oiled up, they were completely gross. So I had to clean it up, get out the bushings, get out everything, put it back together, and now, well, it still has stab. It only has stab on the original handle, not on my handle, which is great. That just shows my greatness on putting it back together. I will put a video on the channel showing how I put it back together, kind of the process with photos. But now we are gonna look at the Vulp itself. Not the story, the funny story how I put it back together, just how the Vulp flips, because I have flipped more than one Vulp in my life. And we're here to compare it against some other battle songs that I own. To be precise, we are gonna put it against a battle song in price range, being the Orion. And just for shits and giggles, we're gonna put it against the Vulp Pro to see what's the difference. So first of all, how is the Vulp against the Orion? Well, the Vulp, the literal battle song made for beginners. It was made with beginners in mind. It has squared handles, blade for handle bias for easy rollovers, and quite wide blade for easy chaplains. For like, you have to really rotate it, and that makes it easier. But close, now it is possible. It does fly off your finger pretty easy. So, and it will just carry you for the beginning. But then the problem comes, and that's where Will Hirsch and nabalis recommends getting a full pro, because when you get better, it doesn't support you. See, it's squared handles. I'm not good with the palm fan. I'm still learning that one. With learning how to do it. But when you get good, like I said, this just doesn't really feel that good anymore. You can still flip it fine when you're great at the hobby, but you would rather have a belly which could carry you with your new tricks. And that's what the Orion has. It's designed for all flipping times at the beginning or the end. You can keep this balance on get it, and you'll never really have to change because the tolerance are great. And this is not a Orion video, I'm sorry, but still, we're still comparing them. And it's made to have just balisong in general in mind, not just beginners. So a chaplain's great. Like all chaplains, I can do easily vertical. That one, I forgot the name, and even 0Gs. Yeah, there you go. 0Gs also great on this guy. And because it has rounded handles, it makes it a lot easier to do palm fans. And squared bottoms, well, it does lack of jimping, which the Vulp does quite well. It still has grip on the sides because it's a sandwich design. And that's why I would recommend, well, it is more expensive, for I think 65 for the Vulp and 75, so 10 bucks extra. I think it is worth the extra money. Because I think the Orion does flip way better than the Vulp because it's quite slippery. It's a very slippery balisong. And I tried to fix the weight on it because I like a more neutral balisong with this glue insert. And I also wanted to try glue inserts. Did I already talk about the glue insert? I don't know. But this guy is quite slippery and has squared out handles. So it's quite hard to do palm fans. So normal fans are fine on it. Other aren't. And for a beginner, I know there's a version without it, but the bottle opener is gruesome on chaplains. Well, it does make more use of it, which I do like. But you can also put it in the middle of the blade, like some other balisongs. By example, the flip rod on Amazon, which put it in the middle of the blade. But that's just a little nitpick. Nothing really important. The design, like I said, I don't like the whiteness, but everything else, like the design itself, it's pretty good. And the jimping is great. Now I'm still trying to learn the ladder a bit, but the jimping is nice and aggressive, but not too aggressive. So it makes it easier. And now we shall compare it to its, well, upgrade, being the Vulp Pro, which I also made an insert for. Makes it even better to compare. The Vulp Pro, the upgrade you get after, geez, I'm used to the other Ballys. I would say it's lighter. Has G10 of course for better grip. It has a lot of grip on the sides, making it really easy to flip it and do more advanced. It still has the problem of more squared handles, but that's just a little nitpick. Some people like square handles. It does flip great because it has better tolerances than the original Vulp, but mine still has a slight tap. It still sounds great though. And the other one sounds fine. The original Vulp, not really great. But the Vulp Pro is almost double the price. Or no, it just is the double the price. But well, I won't say you're getting double the flipping quality. Well, flipping changes. It's a more for like what your preferences are. If you want a beginner balisong that's great and flips well, you get the Vulp or an Orion. Or a cheese. I recommend the Orion, the cheese, or the Refault. And the reason, like I already said, the Vulp is not on there is because it doesn't carry you too late in your flipping journey. And the Vulp Pro, well, it has literally the word Pro in its name. Sorry I had to pause right there, I had to do something real quick. So, what was I saying? I don't really remember. Something about the Vulp Pro. Yeah, something about endgame and cheap valleys. I think that's what we were. Something about, yeah, like that the Refault and the cheese and the Orion carries you endgame because it's made for any part of flipping where you're out of beginner or not. And the Vulp, Jesus, I can't talk, is only made for beginners. Get back, lads. Are these magnetic? These are magnetic. What? Look at that. No, get back. Magnetic. That's pretty cool. I will be taking out the blade insert on the vulp right now. I want to see if these are reusable or not. Wait, let me pause real quick. I just found out they are reusable because I removed it and put it back in. Now we gotta now because it's one time in, it should be easy to remove. Get out, get out. Thank you. Yep. See, I have this little bag for it to keep all my new inserts in. And now it's just got a plain old vulp with a little bit of Vulp Pro hardware. I don't really feel much of a difference because it's only hot glue, it's not that heavy. Doesn't make really a balance issue. But yeah, the Vulp Pro. The Vulp Pro, which is the original Vulp. A balance hanger that I am flipping even though I didn't expect it. Ever would. Because I didn't really like how it looks, so I never would buy it. But my friends, they have one of my friends has a red Vulp, that's also the owner of this channel, and this is one of my other friends. And they have the black Vulp, which I fixed for him. So I'll soon be giving this back to him. But before I do, I made this lovely video with tons of gaps of talking. I guess I could do still a sound test. If I could get the sound test out of it. There you go. Oh. It's no Vulp Pro or anything. But still good. And by the way, because you did notice, the Vulp Pro in this video, which I've not made a review on yet. Review hopefully coming soon. And also a review coming soon on the IRL Octane Heirloom, which I'll grab right now. I have it in my little belly bag. Now also most of my battle songs, for my best battle songs in the Vulp Pro case, because it's just great. But this guy, I did make a video short on it. But hopefully also review coming soon. We'll place you on the belly bag when you'll fall. We'll place you right here. So those are two nabalis. Hopefully review coming soon. And before I go, YouTube, these were trainers for learning purposes only. Nothing else. They're not sharp. They're nothing else. Let's see. No sharp. So learning purposes only. That's why they're called trainers. And if you did watch till the end, and I probably forgot to say something I wanted to say, which is too bad. If you did watch to the end, leave a comment that you did. Like if you want. And we'll put all the bellies open. We'll see you next time.